Welcome back. Doing another video, creating another ship. I'm going to do another one, early time, not quite as early as 1890s. This time I'm going back. I'm actually going to do a kind of Russian, Japan type thing. I'm going with the Russian this time, do a battleship, 2 destroyers. I'm not sure if I'm going to design a battleship or destroyer yet. We'll get in the design ship here and take a look at the hull. See what type of hulls we got. That's kind of different. Maybe go with that one. See what I can do with this. Right now it's at 25 knots. That's awfully fast for the pre-dreadnought age. I'm going to bring the bulkheads up to standard. Give it a steam engine induced. Nope, only do coal. Can't do less than that. Hate it when I do that. Now you go over to the side and moves everything on over. Let's give it some good armor. Some torpedo defenses. A citadel, I'll go with Citadel 2. Gotta speed this up over here if you can. Oh, I know someone was made a comment in a couple of videos about just how screwed up the naming is. And I think I've mentioned it before in other types of things. What you see here isn't always what was done by a navy. The one I remember the most is I think it was a Japanese one. They had it was some weird name, and it was like couldn't put it to any of these names. So it was like I had no idea what they might have even been thinking of. I'll go with Tower 2s here, see if that head on down. Let's check out my engine efficiency here. Get a dual funnel with a smaller one. Yeah, there we go. That's different. Gotta be a little bit different. Ooh, do I go with 12-inch guns or 11-inch? 13. No. I do like the little bit higher rate of fire. Penetration's not. It is. But can I justify going up about 140 tons for it? I'm going to go with that 11-inch. See if that will do anything. Let's see, secondary guns. Grab myself a couple of 8-inch guns. Can I fit 6-inch in there? Yep, I sure can. Casements. Ooh, I am approaching the limit. 2, 3, 4. 2-inch guns. Yes. Still going. Fill it up. Question is, do I increase the armor here? Do I decrease the speed just a little bit? Give myself a little bit of tonnage and the extended has always been the weak part, and I'm not quite sure what to do with it. I'm gonna leave it there today, but I'm gonna put the rest of my tonnage into the belt. except for that little part right here. There we go. Oh, I shall go with this ship and let's see how she does. Bunch of 2-inch guns, no, some 4-inch guns, 2-inch guns. Need that 10-inch. No. 2, 4, 2, 4, 6, 8, 11. So 1 inch off on that one. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. If I'd done 12-inch, I'd have been off by, would have skipped 10. So, I'm just looking at that silhouette. It looks like a U.S. cage style right there, but I guess not. Let's see. The enemies are not visible. The little ship is bobbing and weaving. I guess I could have expanded it out. I think that would have given another area for a 8-inch gun right there. Now I think of that. Little too late on that one. Of course, I could have really brought it down in size. No, gone for really tiny. Wonder how that would have done. Let's see, how are my destroyers that are pulling away from me? They've already spotted, let's see, 5-inch gun, 4-inch gun, 2-inch gun, and some torpedoes. Oh, that's a different spot for the torpedo tube right there. And my destroyer has already been hit with a, I don't know. And it's taking a pounding. Let's see. Look on over here at this, and what, 1, 2, 3 different three, at least 4 different calibers. Let's see, check out the log here. It's been hit with at least 3 and 2-inch gun. And I did 1 hit and nothing. Let's see, you're at least firing at something, right? Way on out there. Mikhail. Ooh, a torpedo hit. And that should be fatal for a destroyer here. But apparently not. No, it's got good torpedo defenses. So it won't sink due to 1 torpedo hit. Which is really too bad. Although I'm actually really surprised that the torpedo hit it. Usually the AI does a pretty good job of avoiding torpedoes, especially as a destroyer. That destroyer is making a comeback, unfortunately. All that damage and for nothing. Yeah. That 1 torpedo so far is most of the damage right there. Well, looks like it got hit again. More flooding. Steering's out. Engine's going in and out. Running interference. Whatever this destroyer is. The battleship's been identified. Let's see, what do we have? Okay, that's a bit different. 12-inch right there and then 11. Not what I would have expected to see. Not what I wouldn't do this. No, you're effectively halving your heavy guns on any given side. The Junyo something. That actually was a carrier name for World War II. Converted a liner, I believe. Survived the war, kinda. Beached. Oh, ammo detonation. And a torpedo hit. No, it didn't last much longer. And there it goes down to the Davy Jones locker. Meanwhile, this destroyer may not last much longer. I kind of spent today looking at old footage of Japanese warships from World War II. Surprising how much footage there is. I was watching. Interesting one was the Japanese carrier. I think was it Zukaku? I lost a destroyer. Darn it. Even more interesting was the watched a couple of interviews of Japanese. I lost both my destroyers now. What happened there? That was just not good. And I've lost my visual of any enemy ships. Now there was interviews from World War II Japanese ace pilots. It was kind of interesting. Though. If you ever get a chance to look on YouTube, look those up. Listen to their viewpoint. No, it was actually quite interesting. Especially how suicidal this one guy was for attacking B-29s. It was like, yeah, suicidal there. You wouldn't find me doing that. Okay. I'm going to make a turn. Let's see. They're out there somewhere. Smoke spotted to the east. No. Come on. Show yourselves. Now, one of the interesting was seeing there was. I'm assuming it was a video from the carrier Zoikaku. Quite clear. No, quite. I was actually surprised at the quality of the film. That showed a bit of the interior. Some planes taking off. No, not a whole lot. Of course, the one video I wish that had sound was the guy from the Prince Eugen doing the battle between Bismarck and Hood. No, with sound that would have been awesome. If you ever haven't seen it, no, look it up. No, it's out there. It's quite fascinating to watch. There are so few videos of actual combat between battleships, and that's what this one was. What does this guy have here? A little bit thicker armor than me overall, but not too bad. Few bulkheads. I forgot to add torpedo tubes. Give a turn here. Let's see, maybe that. Go with that. There's that destroyer again. Oh. I'm gonna make a hard turn, because he sent some torpedoes out towards me. Oh, he lost a casement. Not good. Right there they go. I want to switch targets here, see if I can sink this destroyer here with secondary and all that. He's out of torpedoes, so he won't be torpedoing me anytime soon. It would be more of an annoyance, actually. Let's see. Of course, all of that and all those interviews I was watching remind me of when I was at probably been 20 years now. I was visiting the Nimitz Museum, and the guy at the convenient little gift shop had on his hat either West Virginia or Maryland hat on. No, Navy hat. Those Navy hats that show when you served and all that type of stuff. And I was like, wow, this guy was on board that ship during the Battle of Sarajevo Strait. So I asked him about it, and the guy said no, it was not much to tell. He was below decks and felt the ship shudder a couple of times, and that was pretty much it for him. He goes, yeah, it was tense and all that type of stuff, but no. The books say one thing, but and I've heard this before about battle. No, books will say one thing, but when you actually get down to it, it is overall is quite boring. I think what was one guy said, combat is actually like 90% boredom and 10% terror or something like that. Or is it 99% boredom and 1% terror? Which I can totally understand. I mean, if it was terror all the time, combat all the time, now you'd be... beat him. Ha 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 ha. Woo-ha! Victory! Alright. Russia won this time over Japan. Hopefully you enjoyed it, had fun, and I'll see you next video.